Tonight's history lesson walks through one of those streams they thought would be here today and gone tomorrow. In a single night, we watch Brittany and Craig build an enemy wall, talk about cases in terms of views and profitability, insist they covered a missing black woman whose stream no one can find, pivot into race and media bias, drag other creators for laughs, and end on conspiracy vibes over a real-world manhunt. I'm not asking you to take my word for anything, I'm just going to lay out what they said, in order, and you can decide what it really looks like when advocacy and ego collide.
And none of it's false, it's my story. Like, what do you want? They said somebody was saying that the timeline doesn't add up. What's there not to add up? I got pregnant with my daughter when I was 17. I had her 2 months before my 18th birthday, June the 4th, 2005. That was my first child. I graduated the same damn time. And then you have, hold on, guys, sorry, give me 1 minute. I can't even believe I have to break this down. My blue-eyed little prince, Talon, was born 3 years later, 2008. Right, exactly, butterflies. As if they actually know you. They're fake as F, every single thing they say. Yep. 2008, 3 years later, Talon was born. And then a year after that, my Devin was born. Right, Kelsey? And so I don't know how y'all twist that story so bad to say that I was pregnant with 3 kids in high school. What in the hell? Are you serious? I said, Kendall Talon Dev's father was my boyfriend all through my high school life. I didn't say I was pregnant through my high school life. It's really not that hard to break down. I can't even believe y'all care that much. Quite frankly, there's not one of you over there. Not one of you, subscriber or creator, that I care enough about to want to know your story. I don't care. I don't care what month you had kids or what year or who you're married to or why you're not married to them. I don't care. But you guys are heavily invested in my life. And it's weird. You're weird.
We start with how Brittany and Craig framed the entire night, not around a case, but around enemies. Nonsense, Clue, Queen Bee, all folded into a self-clandugers group supposedly united for the common good of exposing them. Before a single victim is named, anyone comparing notes or sharing receipts is painted as part of a jealous alliance.
Isn't that venison or is venison deer? I don't know. Okay, the next one is 153.30.
They simply is the same, and they show that. And what comes out is that they think everybody.
I know that some things that you say about these motherfuckers does get to them, because we used to talk about how much Clue bragged about being so wealthy and happy and sexually satisfied. A lot of that calmed down. Not all of it. She's still gross as fuck sexually, but everything else, the bragging of her life calmed down because so many people were calling it out. Well, I think a lot of people call Cletus out. I know I've seen a lot of comments talking about him just sitting over to the side. Well, now it's that's what his life is now. Every time.
Oh my God, so he got self-conscious about people making fun of the way he laughs, so now he's going, what a freaking weird. Yeah, because everybody was like, you hear him in the back going, now they said he goes, oh my Lord. Oh, well, they don't give a fuck about anybody else's feelings.
I mean, I don't feel sorry for him, but I feel like we're better than that. We're up there hurting all their feelings. I guess because we're the only ones that are saying what everybody else wants to say. Everybody else is too nice, and wherever you're like, you fucking inbred bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
She wants to be a me thing. That's the reason people like her hang out at Jimmy Gunners, because they're normal there. That's where they get to feel normal.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's Angela, that pissed me off.
I agree with that.
Father was out there, her father should have never had to be the one looking for his baby.
I don't really know Kim. I just know that Voices used to hang out with her, and she used to go against Granny. That's all I know about her.
In Chapter 2, a viewer asks about profiting off the Summer Wells case, and Brittany's first response isn't about Summer, or the family, or empathy. It's about views. She insists her channel never blew up off Summer and repeats that they didn't make a bunch off that at all. The way she answers says a lot about what she measures first when a child's name comes up.
I don't really know Kim. I just know that Voices used to hang out with her, and she used to go against Granny. That's all I know about her.
Seals, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you can go over there and take that up with them, honey, because I ain't profited off of Summer Wells. I am going to cover Summer Wells for her anniversary, but I haven't. My channel never blew up off that case. I covered it a few times because she needs.
Like, I don't remember that.
I didn't cover Summer like that, just a couple times.
The Ohio case. I don't even remember. You probably did cover that.
I did Summer Wells a couple times, and I showed you her parents are the ones from Tennessee that,
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It wasn't benefiting us to do that.
No, I didn't make a bunch off of that at all.
About the little girl, and
yes.
It was, it struck at home.
Yep.
At your heart, but it wasn't really a big subscriber viewer draw or anything.
No, I covered Summer after it was well enough out there, like a year or two after she. Yeah.
But you actually like the case and wanted the little baby to come home.
Yeah, I still can't believe she's missing. It's crazy.
And that's what you're supposed to do, Clue. You're supposed to cover cases that touch your heart and you care about the children. But you don't do that, do you, Clue? Because you don't give a fuck about the children, do you?
No, she don't care about no kids. She don't care nothing about no kids. Pardon, y'all. It makes me sick.
I mean, I can't as a parent. Like, it's hurt. So I have a question, and this is a legitimate question. If just being present in JB Gunner's chat that day makes someone a racist?
I love how you. Okay, I love how you twist that stuff. Being in JB Gunner's chat doesn't make you a racist. Going in JB Gunner's chat and saying that all black y'all, you want to take up a fund to send all black people back to Africa.
From Summer, we slide straight into a different kind of question: receipts. Someone says BJ lied about a case, and instead of calmly showing the coverage, Brittany calls it obsession and weird. This chapter sets the emotional stage for the Charardai Robinson discussion, where a simple "did you cover this?" becomes an attack in her mind before we ever see what's actually on her channel.
That all black, y'all, you want to take up a fund to send all black people back to Africa? That's what makes you racist. Saying that you don't want to raise your kids around those monkeys, knowing damn good well y'all were talking about black folks. It didn't have shit to do with kids. We showed the context. That makes you a racist. Saying that you don't like Spanish D because it's too dark and you can't see it. That makes you racist.
But no, skirt, cut it off. We're stopping you right there. Skirt, hold up. Being in JB Gunner's chat doesn't make you a racist. The shit you were saying in JB Gunner's chat shows you're a racist.
But yet you're out here spouting that all these people sit with a racist, support a racist, etc.
They do.
What's dumber?
For the
BJ?
common good. They've said it. The only reason they're okay with you is for the cause, the common good, to make change. That's what people say. When people ask them, Clue, why are you in KKK Clue's chat? That's what they say. I mean, that would suck. Not because they like you, not because they think you've grown to be a better person, not because they think you regret it, but for the common good.
Just curious. The people that listen, sit with, whatever, or someone who signs legal paperwork with one that was also in that chat. Just asking. I mean,
Once again, I didn't know shit about her being in JB Gunner's that I remember when I signed legal paperwork with her. Her part of the litigation has nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with who I signed on. I have no role. You people give me far more power than what you think or you give me far more power than what I actually have. I'm not in control over who signed that injunction or who's plaintiffs on it.
I agree with that because she's saying, like, you call me out for being in JB Gunner's chat because right there, Brittany J.
And for what it's worth, I never saw Julie say anything racist in JB's chat. But I will say, I think it's gross she was over there. Sure do.
Calling out the things Illuminati was saying in the chat. She was just calling her out for being over there. Well, if you're going to call her out for being over there, you got to look at the bitch you jumped in an injunction with, Julia Valentes, or whatever her name was, the dog handler. She's over there too. She's in the same chat with Clue. Now, I don't recall her having any racist remarks. I will go back and look, though, but I don't recall seeing any racist remarks from her.
I don't personally, if simply going into the chat room makes you, to you, a racist person, then what?
Why do you twist it? Why do you twist everything I say? Have I ever said going into his chat's what made her racist? This woman knows damn good and well what we're talking about. It's the nasty things you said.
Here's where the Charardai question finally lands on the screen. Brittany pulls up her own channel, reads BJ lied about a case, and tells everyone she covered shade when it first broke. Then, on camera, she can't find the stream. Rather than admit that, we get it must have been deleted and a lot of hurt feelings. Chapter 4 is where the receipts and the story stop lining up.
Then switch over.
Yep, you're exactly right, Leon. We know what she is. It's these self-claimed do-gooders now supporting it. Yeah.
Right after the missing Charardai stream, Brittany pivots into race and coverage. She argues that her critics don't cover black or brown victims, while she covers plenty, and talks about how media ignores kids of color. On paper, that's a valid concern, but in this moment, it's also a shield, raised at the exact time a black woman's case cannot be located on her own channel.
Leon, we know what she is. It's these self-claimed do-gooders now supporting it. Yeah.
Chapter 6 zooms out to a local case, a girl with a rough past who went missing and was later found near home by a landscaper after law enforcement barely searched. Their anger at how quickly some victims get written off is absolutely justified. It's also a reminder that they understand what real accountability looks like, they just don't always apply that standard to themselves.
We know that one. Like, they'll frown on you for a bad, a sketchy past. If a lady was a prostitute or had a,
It doesn't matter. Somebody murdered them.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Why do they treat people like it's like they?
It doesn't matter if they had a bad past. It wasn't right what you did.
No.
So we should just let that person go out there and do it to somebody else.
Exactly.
Where's the common sense, man? Jack the Ripper, he was a predator of prostitutes. Do you want him in your community?
Nope.
Around
Nope.
your neighborhood every night?
Brenda, that's beautiful. That poor Pennsylvania girl that her mom unalived. Pennsylvania girl. Who, Megan? Right, they say case closed. She was on. Yeah, me and Craig have witnessed that with the girl that we went to school with. She had a riddled, past, and she went missing. They didn't even look for her. So a landscaper found her body randomly one day. They didn't even look for her, and the whole time she was within a quarter of a mile from where she lived. Not even a quarter of a mile in the woods. And then they don't want to do an investigation on her case, in my humble opinion, because they don't want to waste the resources and the money. Somebody unalived her. She didn't just walk out in the woods and die. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Stupid.
The scary thing is, whether you like it or not, there's somebody in our community, right here in our neighborhood, who did that. And he's still out there.
He's still out there, yep.
He's still fucking out there.
Yep.
And I'm supposed to let my children go outside and play when he lives in my fucking neighborhood?
Right.
And that was fucking, 10 miles from where I live?
Yep.
And I'm supposed to let my children go outside and play?
Mm-mm.
That's the part of civilization that is supposed to matter.
Yep.
You're supposed to get these people out of our civilization so they don't do this to us and protect the rest of us, right?
Yeah, so us law-abiding, peaceful citizens can live peacefully.
They did that to someone. You find them and stop it so that the rest of civilization can live in peace.
Yep.
Do your fucking job.
By this point in the stream, it's late. Brittany says she has a headache, needs a shower, needs sleep, and is about to end the live, but then lets chat pull her right back in. Chapter 7 shows the always-on mentality, tired, irritable, but still performing. That lack of boundaries is the backdrop for the relationship paranoia and creator drag sessions that follow.
Seriously.
You're not.
Oh, well, have a good night. All right, I'm gonna end it off here too, y'all. It's 4:30. I got a headache. I got to get a shower. But I did have a good time talking to y'all. Thank y'all for showing up, the members only, and coming to hang out here with me tonight on this one. We're gonna talk about God, y'all. There's a lot. We've got Idaho 4. We have the stuff going on with Vance Bolter. We still need to talk about. They captured him, Craig. That guy who unalived those politicians last night. He was army crawling through a field on his belly like a snake. Yeah, they got him alive. That's what I said, right? Can you believe that? Did he? Well, they got him alive. Yeah, he was wrong on that one. All right, guys. Sam said, my neck and my back. All right, guys. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for the support. We'll be back here tomorrow or later on today. Shit, I might surprise y'all and go live in a couple hours. Who knows if y'all still up, which is already 5 o'clock in the morning. Schedule is gone. This is going to be one of them times where I go to sleep like later on this evening or something. But I know, but I don't got really nothing to talk about, y'all. Unless y'all got something to talk about. 2 of my great nephews are black. One was struck by a car and unalived by a rich white kid. Well, I guess we'll put them one if y'all want to hang out for a little while longer. I mean, we can. I gotta go make me another drink.
Good on your professionalism, and I'll just bullshit. We're all just hanging out. I'm hanging out. I feel pretty
24-hour stream. Yeah, I don't know about that.
We're not trying to hit an hour. We're just hanging out. Having fun.
What's up, Kimberly KV? Hey, Cinderella. Hey, Nikki, baby. You going to bed, Nikki? Hey, Dalton, country girl. 4:38.
Y'all getting sleepy up in here? I slept all day. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought you weren't feeling good.
Normally I don't. Normally I stay up all day, but when the kids did calisthenics and shit.
The other one was.
We did mountain climbers and
yeah, y'all did.
burpees, and I was teaching little boys how to do all the calisthenics.
Oh, it's okay, Bubby. Don't be sorry. It's okay.
Nearly like that, didn't he? Did you watch him?
Yeah, it was
He
cute.
did get down there and do the burpees. He slowly back up. He was doing it though.
Well, if y'all want to stay for a little bit longer, we can.
We just bullshit for a little bit. I like a little bit longer.
Detroit said, "I'm wide awake." Okay.
At least another hour.
Let's see what we can talk about because I can't. Y'all want to look up that Vance stuff? I can't believe they got him.
What about Israel and Iran?
All right. Good night, Carolina Moon.
You just play some videos and say like, what do you think? It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Are we gonna get drafted, or are our boys gonna have to go out there and help, or what's this gonna turn into? Because this is a war. This is an official war now. You know, you can cover that. Whatever.
Wait, Bubby, your father passed today?
My father passed 2 years ago.
Yeah. I still miss him. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
My dad was a little rough, but
he loved us. He loved you. Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, but it's still your family.
Mm-hmm. It's been weird without him here.
I know.
Check out the guy that they just called. Okay.
Yeah, it did. He meant a lot to everybody.
Oh, Neil had a hard one. He took that very hard. I was actually very surprised at that. Look, if you ever just need a good laugh, here you go. We ought to frame this.
We need to make a
Before we get into the Craig and nonsense spiral, there's a quick detour that matters. They pull up another creator, Elevated Truth, and turn him into late-night cartoon content, freezing frames, mocking his body, laughing at his posture. In this history lesson, we're not playing his footage or his audio, because this isn't about boosting his channel, it's about showing how Brittany and Craig treat other people as content while calling any similar criticism harassment.
That's a good name. Oh my god. He thinks he's a monster.
He thinks he does.
Look, just watching it on you. Just watching it. The people in the back, look at that Asian girl gets me every time. Watch her. She's like, fight. Hey, this guy, he's loving it. Look, they're all coming. Look, they said, finally, somebody, finally.
Like that, you know what I'd be saying? You ain't gonna do shit, bitch. You ain't gonna do shit. Do something. I'll be antagonizing the hit.
Everybody breaks out with their phone.
Hit me first. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. That's what I said. He won't go fucking never. He was never trying to swim. Look at their hands. Go. Who lifted their hands in the fence? Neither one. They both
do something.
If you thought he was about to hit you, would you bring your hands up?
Yep.
Yeah, you brought his hand up there. Just a little finger point.
Hold on, let's see how he acts when the cop comes.
Finger point. You won't go hit though. He was never gonna throw a punch. Neither one of them. It's fucking hilarious. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was never gonna throw a punch. Neither one of you. Y'all was never gonna throw a punch.
Crazy.
When I start, I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth out with my elbow.
That was so
I'm gonna knock
crazy.
elbows on your fucking teeth and I'm gonna fucking make you go to the dentist.
He said, Craig, look. Craig, look, he said, wait a minute, let me tell you what he said.
I ain't gonna stop. Don't test me.
He said,
I'll spend the weekend.
I'm a grown ass man. Don't talk to me. I'm a grown ass man.
We didn't know you're fucking 300-pound ass.
Who says that?
Thought you were a child.
Who says they're a grown ass man? Goodness gracious.
That's something he's under 5 foot. I'm a grown. Okay, that's funny. We know you're a grown ass man, motherfucker. Nobody questioned that. You're a grown ass dumbass.
Yes, it was Elevated Truth.
Fucking hilarious.
Talk about he's a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man.
You definitely ate enough to grow up. You ate enough food.
Chapter 9 is where everything orbits around Craig. One social media post about him bettering himself spirals into a long monologue about loyalty, single bitches who supposedly want him to leave, and how other people's relationships are doomed. It's sold as proof of a strong household, but most of the energy is aimed outward, punishing critics by narrating their love life on stream.
Just a girl who loves frogs posted this 8 hours ago. What? These people trying to make Craig sound like he's trying to get someone better to leave Brittany. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What? I don't even know if I can watch that because I'm Hold on a minute, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. I just want you to know. Why can't I get that? Why can't I get that tune, y'all? That Pharrell song. Beautiful. Wait a minute. Beautiful. I just want you to know. I can't get it. You're my favorite girl. I don't even know. I can't even. Maybe because like I know y'all probably are ready to throw a tomato at me and tell me to get the fuck on. But maybe me telling y'all to hold on so many times tonight will make them stop screen sniping and going over my crap because it gets boring. I don't know. Just a thought. Beautiful. I just want you to know. Nope, I can't get it. You are so Lizzie. I don't think so, but thank you, darling. Thank you very much. I can't remember the tune. Sam, I'm gonna have to listen to it. Beautiful. I know this. I know the lyrics. I just can't remember the melody. I can't get it. I don't know. Yes, Lizzie, you are very beautiful. These people trying to make Craig sound like he's trying to get someone better to leave Brittany. What the F is wrong with you people? That was the first thing I saw on X.
I'm pretty cool, babe. I ain't all bad.
Hold on. Let's see what they say.
Go on, Craig. I'm rooting for you.
That.
Oh, this big, are great. We're good for each other.
This big bitch said, "Go on, Craig. I'm rooting for you." I don't know what she's talking about. And he's ugly stuff laughing.
I think she's too stupid to comprehend that nonsense, and everyone else is absolutely correct. Like this boy is acting like he wants to better himself to maybe better his situation.
So I guess all these people. This is the first time I've ever seen this. They're all saying that you're bettering yourself to better your situation to get away from me. Jesus. And I'm too stupid to realize it.
Like I was saying, it's about loyalty. You know what I mean? Brittany was with me through my hard times when I had nothing, you know? And we suffered through hard times together. And you had your issues and with your past, I have my issues. And, we finally come to a collective now to where our, lives have come together and we're still struggling through a lot of shit. And
I'm saying that you're better and we're both working to better ourselves. Like that's the goal. Our goal is to work together as a team to make things better, right? Yeah. For our babies and for us. That'll always be the goal, to strive to be better. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I mean, I hope you never leave me, but
I don't leave you.
It would be hard to replace, the fact that you were with me through so many hard times and you stayed by me, and I stayed by you through hard times. You see what I'm saying? And that makes a good friend, whether it's a relationship or not. You know what I mean? Somebody who's there with you when you had hard times, they help you through those hard times. That's a real friend, and that's hard to beat.
And what I want to know, and I bet you the bitch won't give me an answer, but I genuinely.
I used to get happy where I want, but none of them would go through me with hard times. They would be there when things got bad.
Well, because they weren't with you for the right reasons.
They were with me for a good time.
Or for some vested interest.
They were with me for a lifetime.
Yes, because I love you. Yeah.
And that means more than some hoe that don't bring anything to the table. Brittany brings a lot to the table. Like remember I said that earlier today? Like,
yeah, just leave. Don't even. But no, I want to know that. I genuinely would like an answer to this. From day one of my drama with this bride, from day one, all she has ever focused on is whether or not you want to be with me or not. Why do you care so much?
She wants to destroy you, what you have that she doesn't.
Like, you're so happy, right?
Happy
yeah.
If you had a happy family, you'd be focused on your happy family. What are you going to do next? Your next priority.
And nonsense. You that poor guy you're with, fucking you got a lot of nerve talking about my relationship. You need to focus on what you got going, because I promise you keep treating him the way you're treating him and his ass is going to leave you. That man.
I said the other day, the female comedian, she said men are simple. All you got to do is, talk to them nicely, feed them, and touch their pee-pee. We're not complicated. Just talk to us nicely, give us something to eat, touch our pee-pee, and we'll be good boys. if your man's leaving you, you didn't do one of the 3 fucking simple things. That's all you got to do, and he'll stay with you.
So stupid, man.
You weren't doing one of the 3 things, and most likely it was touching his pee-pee. Because he'll go to McDonald's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And she's really saying this to Cletus. She's like, I think nonsense, and I wish you would hear it. I think nonsense, and you don't have to.
I have more fun with that, don't you?
It's okay. It's all right.
Craig, I'm rooting for you.
You are a miserable bitch.
Oh, fuck. I think she's too stupid to comprehend that nonsense, and everyone else is absolutely correct. Like this boy is acting like he wants to better himself to maybe better his situation. If you get what I mean.
No, I get what you mean.
Go on, Craig. I'm rooting for you.
Oh, fuck.
I think she's too stupid.
This bitch, I'm telling you, you are so miserable. I think you're too stupid to realize that you're showing how miserable you are.
Next, Brittany climbs onto the moral high ground. She says Clue's channel is nothing but me, calls it obsession, and accuses critics of trying to destroy her family and their quality of life instead of caring about their own kids. This chapter is important because it sits right on top of the hypocrisy. The same night she dissects other people's parenting and marriages, she insists her own home is off limits.
Would never sit there and focus so hard. Not only do you put your focus, but you also try. Y'all have tried. You people have tried unsuccessfully to make me think he's cheating on me, to do everything you can to destroy a relationship. And nonsense, I think you're fucking stupid that you spend all your time focusing on everybody else but yourself. No, I know that you're not. No. So people, these idiots think they can come along and tell me about my life more than I know about my own life. And fucking keep on underestimating my intelligence too. Seriously, I want you to. I cannot with these people, man.
I think they show their intelligence.
Yeah, they do.
Every time you open your mouth, you show how you have a lack of intelligence.
Clue's channel has been nothing but me. Nothing. I mean, it's a full-blown obsession. They depend on each other. Clue, QB, nonsense. They all depend on one another for content. It's really sad.
It's like a legion of
yeah,
man.
It is.
They know they're weak separately.
Yep.
But do you know what they unite in? The jealousy of you.
Yeah.
The jealousy of a cute girl with a successful channel, with a handsome husband, beautiful babies, and fuck you, I'm jealous. That's what they unite in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You weak fucking sicko bitches.
And they always do this. If y'all notice, before it's always been they've tried to take my mods, like they'll try to pull my friends away. Now they're trying with my spouse, my fucking spouse. What do y'all win? In the end, what do you win? Your prize is to destroy a family? Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, if that don't show how much they're demonic, I don't know what does.
Why don't you build your family up to your children? Aren't you worried about their quality of life and where they're going to school? No, you care about tearing somebody else's family down. And everybody with eyes to see can see it. We all see it. You don't have to show it. We see it. If they don't, then they're Jerry Springer fucking cheerleaders. But
yep.
All of us would have fucking brains see exactly what it is.
Yep.
Sad, man. It's the truth. That's what it is. I wish you were a part of our team,
Yep. I have no idea. Craig just got some random music playing. Usually y'all can't hear it. It's weird y'all can hear it.
Our final chapter follows Brittany and Craig into coverage of the Minnesota lawmaker shooting. It starts like straightforward news, press conferences, headlines, basic facts. But quickly, the focus becomes how AI the photos look, how neat the suspect's hair is, and whether shadowy entities or cults might be behind it. There's no investigation beyond what's on screen, just suspicion and vibes packaged as analysis. It's a clear example of how a serious case becomes conspiracy content instead of research true crime.
Sherry Nottingham, I think you're behind, huh? In the video. The song I love is You Win Again. Let me see. Okay, here, let me pull that stuff up about that dude. Melissa Hortman suspect.
Alex is going on about the guy that assassinated the politician. Are you covering that?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the guy, Vance. Remember, they found him alive.
I watched the clip earlier today when I was in the shower, and he said that, how do we know that the guy that they're framing didn't get assassinated in the woods somewhere? Right now, he's already deceased. And that this was like some Chi-Com assassination with a rubber mask, and then they frame it on the guy that they already deceased down in the woods somewhere. And he never did any of it. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shit could be a lot more complicated than you realize.
Yeah.
Do you really think that guy did it?
Check this out. That don't even look real.
Do you think that guy did it? And they didn't catch him? He was on the run. And everybody's chasing it down, and then he made it?
Look at the apprehension photo. He don't even look like his hair's messed up.
So they're saying they caught him?
Yeah, look, that's the picture. That's where they're putting cuffs on him.
So maybe he's some sort of
Look at this. How was his hair not messed up? They said he was.
You know, they don't say he goes to jail, but he really does. You know what I mean?
Right. Look at this picture, guys. Is this real?
I don't know if we all know, but we all know that there are groups out there. There are cults that are big cults that are controlling factors in our nation. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I would agree, right?
Yeah, it looks AI. That picture looks AI.
At this point in day, who the fuck knows? The point is, it's so much easier to stage things now than it ever was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying the reason that she got done was because she stood against, and that's why she was crying. She was damn near crying, saying, you remember? She was like, I know a lot of people are upset about this, and she was damn near crying.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, Gabby.
Against the team, and the team said, well,
just remember to be careful.
Yeah, I'm slowly talking to you.
Craig, I'm trying to figure this out. They say, am I right? Didn't you guys say that they were saying he was climbing around on his stomach like a,
I can't believe he got caught.
Look at how clean he is. This is my problem. Look at how his hair's perfectly slicked back.
I can't believe they caught him alive.
What the hell, guys? Look, Craig, look at his hair. It looks perfectly clean. His clothes aren't dirty at all.
If you start to contemplate how powerful these entities are, nothing starts to blow your mind anymore.
I don't even know. Read the article. All right, hold on.
He's probably just an actor.
Let me see let's just see what's being said here.
He'll come into the scene, he'll play the part, and then he'll walk away. The real guys that did all this stuff are not even on the scene.
All right, let's read it real quick. It says, Trumpland, Minnesota. Suspect in a pew-pewing of a Minnesota lawmaker apprehended and charged with 2 counts of murder. Hatred taken to the extreme. Vance Bolter accused of unaliving legislator Melissa Hortman and her husband and wounding John Hoffman and his wife. Quote, one man's unthinkable actions have altered the state of Minnesota, the state's governor Tim Walz said in a news conference. Bolter was arrested in a rural area of Sibley County. Yep.
Did you know that?
Yep. Bolter was arrested in the isolated area in Sibley County, southwest of Minneapolis, according to police, who added that he was armed when he was taken into custody. A criminal complaint unsealed Sunday night said that Bolter's faces 2 counts of assassination, second degree, and 2 counts of attempted second degree red rum in the deaths of the Hortmans and wounding of Hoffman and his wife. Authorities alleged that Bolter fled on foot after police responded to a shooting at Hortman's house. Authorities alleged Bolter was wearing a police uniform that so closely resembled an actual law enforcement uniform that most civilians wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This picture is mind-blowing. Let me go ahead and save it in case it disappears. All right. Minnesota lawmakers targeted in the act of targeted political violence has been... Okay, hold on a minute. Tyler Gilly. Wait 1 second. This is so weird. What is this?
It's copyright free, man.
Let me see. Give me a second. I'm looking, guys. I can't believe I'm not seeing a whole lot more. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. New photos released of Minnesota Pew Pew suspect Vance Bolter after being arrested near his Green Isle home. Bolter is accused of unaliving Rep. Melissa Hortman and her husband in their home while posing as a law enforcement officer. He's also accused of Pew Pew and Senator Hoffman. Look at this. He's not dirty. Well, the hem of his shirt is right here is dirty. But wow, he really is in a field. They said he was in a field. Dang.
With like thermal drones and things, like it's amazing we don't find everybody.
Right.
At this point.
Yep. What a monster.
He's probably just an actor.
Right.
He worked for Tim Walz, who was a Democrat, but they're saying he's a Republican. He worked for Tim Walz.
Right,
what
right.
sense does that make?
It doesn't. How did he work for a Democratic?
And he's a Republican. Get out of here.
Right.
You think we're stupid? He's obviously not a Republican.
No.
I mean, why would a Republican be putting out no kings flyers?
Right.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Just look at
and look at those flyers he had. All of them.
Yeah. That's anti-Trump shit.
Yeah.
What, he's a Republican?
Can I just point out, like, this police officer? She's scary. Her eyes scare me.
He worked for Tim Walz. He put out Democratic flyers, and then they try to say he's a Republican. Get out of here, dude. We're not stupid.
Good Lord. Hold on a minute. Wait 1 second. I'm looking for any more information. It don't make sense. It really don't. I mean, is it that hard to find more information about it? There, let's see. Hold on.
Hours of the incident. There's no question that this is the largest manhunt in the state's history. Just down at the scene where you're taking custody, there's 20 different SWAT teams.
All right, here we go. Let's listen to this.
We took a suspect in custody who's responsible for this. That was within 43 hours of the incident. There's no question that this is the largest manhunt in the state's history. Just down at the scene where you're taking custody, there's 20 different SWAT teams over an extremely large area hunting this individual down to take him into custody. Very proud to tell you that we took a suspect into custody who's responsible for this. That was within 43 hours of the incident. There's no question that this is the largest manhunt in the state's history. Just down at the scene where you're taking custody, there's 20 different SWAT teams over an extremely large area hunting this individual down to take him into custody.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go into YouTube and find it. Hold on. It's bright as hell. All right.
Away from.
You ready to jump jacks?
Spent Father's Day away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their children who spent this Father's Day alone. Minnesota. Melissa.
Hold on. We can't hear that for sure. I hate when it's so low. Hold on. Hold on.
The heroic action.
Yeah, that one's not going to work. Hold on. Let me see. Here, let's try this one. Hold on, guys.
Away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their
help them. We continue to look into that. I don't have any professional teams that are.
Good evening. After a 2-day manhunt, 2 sleepless nights, law enforcement have apprehended Vance Bolter. That's 48 hours that law enforcement involved in a complex and dangerous manhunt. Spent Father's Day away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their children who spent this Father's Day alone. To the law enforcement who stand here and the hundreds who are involved in this, the state of Minnesota owes you a deep debt of gratitude. Thank you. You ran towards the danger and you served the state of Minnesota. This is a great example
of coordination and collaboration. Multiple agencies, federal, state, and local, coordinating together in a way to protect the public and close this hunt around. Multiple agencies were there as FBI laid hands on it and Minnesota State Patrol put the handcuffs on. One man's unthinkable actions have altered the state of Minnesota. Melissa Hortman was the core of who our values were. She had a hand in so many things that happened. The building that we stand in, she helped usher through so that we could respond from the State Emergency Operations Center with the professionalism and giving the tools necessary to law enforcement to do their job. To Melissa and Mark's family, you cannot fathom your pain and the grief that you're going through. We'll take solace in the memory and the work that Melissa did, and you can rest assured that we will put every ounce of effort that the state of Minnesota has to make sure that justice is served, and the individual responsible for this serves the time for the unspeakable act. State grieves with you. The latest news is Senator Hoffman came out of final surgery and is moving towards recovery. Yvette is healing. And I think when the story comes out, and I'd like to say on behalf of the state of Minnesota, the heroic actions by the Hoffman family and their daughter Hope saved countless lives, and we are grateful. Bureau of Criminal Apprehension will continue to investigate. We will keep you informed. We'll spare no expense and no work to make sure that happens. A moment in this country where we watch violence erupt, this cannot be the norm. It cannot be the way that we deal with our political differences. Now's the time for us to recommit to the core values of this country. And each and every one of us can do it. Talk to a neighbor rather than arguing. Debate an issue. Shake hands. Find common ground. This is who Melissa Hortman was. In the first negotiating session that I had a chance to work with her, she got all the partners in the room, and she provided each and every one of us a copy of a book called Getting a Yes. And the whole premise was debating with a sense of goodwill, a sense of trying to come to compromises that serve everyone. And because of her, we did that. Because of her, we did that year after year after year. That's the embodiment of how things are supposed to work. It's not about hatred. It's not about mean tweets. It's not about demeaning someone. It's leading with grace and compassion and vision and compromise and decency. That was taken from us in Minnesota with the murder of Speaker Hortman. So for each and every one of us to truly honor, and we will continue to honor that spirit, but we will need to do it in just more than actions in a memorial. Conducting ourselves in the spirit that Melissa Hortman did her work is what the country needs to heal. I will once again say the deep debt of gratitude. These professionals standing behind us and countless others. This was, you'll hear from them, incredibly complex. And to take the suspect in with no life of life or injuries to civilian population and to bring him in alive so he can serve justice, which he will do in Minnesota, is an incredible thing that we are grateful for. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the professionals, starting with Commissioner of Public Safety for the state of Minnesota, Bob Jacobson. Thank you.
Good evening. It's good to see you all here tonight. Thank you for coming in. My name is Bob Jacobson. I'm the Commissioner of Public Safety. And again, it's my honor to serve in that position. First of all, I want to thank all the law enforcement agencies that have been working tirelessly over the past 2 years since the shooting at Senator Hoffman's home. The coordination between state, local, and federal law enforcement partners is the reason we are here tonight, and the suspect is in custody. Bolter exploited the trust our uniforms are meant to represent. That betrayal is deeply disturbing to those of us who wear the badge with honor.
Of the air wing from Minnesota State Patrol, and we'll provide a few more details about the end of keeping in custody. That law enforcement comes together to put all of their resources together to make sure that that person is taken into custody. That is so that people across the state of Minnesota and legislators that were targeted in these attacks and that may have been listed can breathe a sigh of relief as quickly as possible as we came together in an incredibly complex set of circumstances in that. He was arrested, as you saw earlier this evening, in the area of 35600 block of 200th Street, Green Isle. What happened in that is, as we noted, there was a manhunt going throughout the day in that area that we discussed previously, and there was information provided that he was seen in the area. When that information was provided to the investigators that were conducting the ground search, they converged on the area with a number of SWAT teams with the assistance of the air wing from Minnesota State Patrol, and we'll provide a few more details about the end of keeping into custody in a little bit, but he was taken into custody at that time. He is in custody, and a reminder for anybody that was not, when we previously said that, taken into custody under a state criminal warrant. That information will be made public, if it is not already, detailing the complaint that he is charged in the cases at this time with the murders of Speaker Hortman and her husband, Mark Hortman, also with the shootings in John Hoffman and Yvette Hoffman for those crimes, and we'll be moving forward. We are also in close contact with our federal partners, both the FBI, United States Attorney's Office, who are examining whether or not additional charges should be brought at the federal level related to this at this time. There's a lot of investigation that continues, and I'm going to turn it over to Chief Bruley to provide some comments on this and the work. I just want to tell, certainly for the communities of Champlin, City of Brooklyn Park, you both have incredibly professional police departments that work day in, day out and tirelessly in this situation to bring justice and work towards that, not only for the families and the loved ones in the community that are impacted, but for the entire state of Minnesota, and our teams are incredibly proud to work alongside them and all law enforcement partners. And so with that, I will turn it over to Chief Bruley for some comments on this, and the work will continue in partnership with them and others moving forward. Chief.
Good evening. I'm Police Chief Mark Bruley, Brooklyn Park Police Department. Just a few comments. One, I'm very proud to tell you that we took a suspect into custody who's responsible for this. That was within 43 hours of the incident. There's no question that this is the largest manhunt in the state's history. Just down at the scene where he's taken custody, there's 20 different SWAT teams over an extremely large area hunting this individual down to take him into custody. I believe that the state of Minnesota and certainly the city of Brooklyn Park should be extremely proud of the police officers within the city of Brooklyn Park, but the partnerships that we had are unprecedented between the federal agents, the county, the locals, and others around. It is absolutely an incredible task what went on. Essentially, the Brooklyn Park Police Department was turned over into an operations center, and that's all that hundreds of detectives worked on tirelessly for 43 hours. So while this is come to some conclusion where we made an arrest, there is a ton of work that needs to be done. So I encourage community members, if there's evidence, information, or other things, please continue to feed that information to the Brooklyn Park Police Department so that we can fully investigate this and present a complete case to both the federal jurisdiction and the Hennepin County Attorney's Office. With that, I'll turn it over to the State Patrol.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Geiger. I'm the Lieutenant Colonel with the Minnesota State Patrol, the Assistant Chief. The Minnesota State Patrol, along with countless other partners, were responsible for this arrest. The collaborative effort, I cannot stress enough how outstanding that was, helped ensure the suspect's arrest did not result in the injury of any law enforcement that was down there in the area. We had special response teams on the scene near 200th Street in Sibley County. Several partner law enforcement SWAT teams positioned to form a perimeter at that point in time. The State Patrol also provided the air support that was talked about earlier today. The suspect crawled to law enforcement teams and was placed under arrest at that point in time. There was no use of force by any member of law enforcement that was out there, and the suspect was taken into custody without any use of force. Thank you.
With that, we'll open up for a few questions.
He crawled to law enforcement teams. Does he have a mask on? Doesn't look real. No. That's allegedly him. Right. That's what I'm saying, criminal med. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Please introduce yourself, your media organization. If you have questions for one of the specific individuals, please feel free to point that out as well.
My name is Melissa Hortman. Can I ask anyone out there who can speak to it? Did the suspect make any key mistakes that you feel like led to his identity?
You know, the question is were there any key mistakes? We certainly, at this point, there's a lot of information we can't share right now. In this, what I will tell you is there's some incredibly dedicated law enforcement personnel, criminal intelligence analysts that were out working day in, day out, working together. And what I will tell you is that the public certainly is always of assistance to us in law enforcement, and incredibly diligent people in the area that provided us the assistance that we needed to get our teams that were already down there, that last piece over. But they were certainly in the area and working diligently together on that.
Joe, do you have any indication that anyone helped him?
The question is any indication anybody helped him? We continue to look into that. I don't have anything beyond what we shared earlier today. This investigation, as Chief really noted, will be continuing to expand at this point in time to make sure that we continue to look at all angles of this. And everybody did help him. We will certainly hold them accountable for doing that in this process.
Can you tell us how the Hoffmans helped save lives? And what did the suspect say when he was taken into custody?
The question was how the Hoffmans helped save lives, and what I don't have the specific. And then what did he say when he was taken into custody? I don't have the specifics on what he said when he was taken into custody. You know, we're incredibly grateful that the Hoffmans are still here with us at this point in time, and that they will be hopefully on a continued path to recovery, and that they will provide us the information. We've been able to talk to them today, and they will be providing key information to us as part of this investigation moving forward.
Did the suspect have a phone with him, or was he tracked in any way?
Find the perfect voiceover for every story from a range of professional voice artists.
At the end, the question is, did he have a phone with him? I don't have the specifics on everything that was with him when he was arrested at this time. I will say he was armed, and that he came when he was taken into custody, but we'll be sifting through all of that information from there. What's that? I can't on the weapons at this time, so
Result in injury of any law enforcement that was down there in the area. We had special response teams on the scene near 200th Street in Sibley County. Several partner law enforcement SWAT teams positioned to form a perimeter at that point in time. The State Patrol also provided the air support that was talked about earlier today. The suspect crawled to law enforcement teams and was placed under arrest at that point in time. There was no use of force by any member of law enforcement that was out there, and the suspect was taken into custody without any use of force. Thank you.
He just crawled. He just crawled to law enforcement. Bro, I don't know. Look, y'all. I'm gonna end it out here. We're gonna talk about this more tonight, later on. I'm gonna get.
By the end of this night, a pattern is hard to ignore. Critics become self-clandugers, questions about coverage become obsession, a missing case becomes it must have been deleted, and real victims share screen time with mugshot jokes, body shaming, and conspiracy riffs. This is what it looks like when you build a brand on outrage and loyalty instead of accountability and receipts. You don't have to agree with me, just remember what you heard here the next time someone tells you they're doing all of this for the kids and for the common good. The clips will be here long after the lives are gone.